Welcome back to another video. My name is Roman Miller. I'm the founder of the M2tric app, and today I want to show the evolution of my quoting history. It should be pretty cool, pretty interesting. And at the end of the video, in the comments below, let me know in which stage you are at the moment. Are you still on pen and paper, or are you more advanced in iPad, doing features, photos, and sharing with clients all your information? Well, let's get into it. So a little bit of a background. I have almost like 15 years of flooring experience. Of course, I didn't do all the quoting for the 15 years. So my first generation of quoting around 2016, maybe around 2016, because before that I was just working full-time for a company on an hourly rate, and basically didn't really care about quoting, talking with clients and all that. I just was cutting, checking the boxes upstairs and all that. So all you know, what we all gone through that, I would say like that. Then in 2016, I started a little bit quoting here and there. So basically what I've started was 2016 with like a pen and paper. Of course, it's just a sample here that I don't have a history of that, because the main problem I found with just pen and paper, that's just not in my next generation that we're gonna go through, but with the pen and paper, what I found the problem is, or just not even a pen and paper, it was just a piece of paper. Let's say it was just a piece of paper that I was just, yeah, okay, square meters, yeah, okay, write that. So you just write it down, and then the biggest problem with this one was like, you can easily lose it. And then you have like you don't know whatsoever if you need to adjust anything, or if you need to requote or remove any rooms and all that. So that was my biggest problem. Already back then, in 2016, yeah, I started thinking, okay, how can I evolution it to a better way, not to at least lose it. So that was my main pain point. So I can take the measurements, I know already how to take measurements. So that was my learning stage. I take measurements, write at least something, and then you just 90% of what you've seen, because for me easier is to remember visually, not text but visually. So I'm just like, when I walk into the house, I just like picture it, skirtings, trims, this, that. For me it's easier to picture it, and then put like a note down what I've like might forget, or measurements. Obviously, of course, you can't remember all the measurements. And that was my main thing, that whatever I write down here, I can lose it easily, because I was doing work. I was not just quoting, I was just doing work, doing everything myself. Quoting, next day installation, quoting after the installation, and that was my main problem. Then I was like, okay, I thought, okay, what can be improved? What I can do that not to lose my measurements. Then maybe in 2018, as you can see, this is actual financial year 2000. I found it. I keep all of them just for the records. That in 2018-19 financial year in Officeworks, I saw like, there's a kind of an organizer that might help me actually to take my measurements and just keep that book with me all the time, not just a piece of paper that just like gets lost all the time. But what if I'll take a book, a nice book, a presentable book, and then show up with the client, and then just say, yeah, all right, here, just write it down, like be more professional, right? like with the small piece of paper. Then in 2018, I started doing that. As you can see, like we can, see, like for example, like that's my quote. That's my actual quote in November the 3rd, Saturday. That's my quote. So see, as I said, I like, there's nothing like what prep needs to be done, what flooring needs to be removed. Nothing. That's just all like pictured in my head. That's how I did quotes for many years, because that was like already, because then you know exactly like when you like you kind of organize, because you know where it's done, you know the dates, you know the like you can go back to this, because you can't go back to the pen and paper like with basically these measurements were just on pen and paper without dates, without names, nothing. Evolution number 2. Now we have dates, and we have measurements. Obviously, as you can see, all these measurements, it's like obviously what's that? Is it a bedroom? Is it a hallway? There's nothing, just measurements. See, whole street, whatever, quote 10 a.m., whatever that was, yeah. No name even. Because I kind of remembered that, okay, because I did like 1 quote a day, was like easy to remember. Like let's say any other one, yeah, see, another thing. 8 a.m., 9 a.m., blah, blah, 2 quotes a day, 160.85, that's a January 22, Tuesday. That already was organized. I already was super happy with that I can keep the book for the whole year and at least it's dated. So if I look at if client gets back to me, I can at least open the date and see what I've quoted. That was like, oh, if that started 2018, then maybe another 2-3 years, then I started to think, okay, what's the next step? Because then in 2019, I've opened my first showroom. So then in 2019, I hired people. So I had like employees, like my wife basically, but already someone that helping me. So my main problem then became, okay, I'm organized, I know exactly the dates, but my main problem is I only know this information. I can't share it. The book always with me, you know? So if you want to share that information, you have to actually come back to the showroom and then open this up and say, okay, your whatever your employee name, here we are, okay, let's add this to our accounting program. So then I think in 2018, that's where I started, or 2019, that's where I started to use the Zero accounting tool. That helped me a lot in terms of sending invoices and all that. But today we're talking about quoting, how I quote it. So then my main problem became that I can take the measurements, I'm organized, but how can I share it with the client? And then as we started to get more busy, and I was like, okay, my main biggest problem became how can I share this information with my office so then I can speed it up, because I was just packed with quotes. I was just doing them for weeks before I can get to because if you do if you do 3-5 quotes a day by yourself, and if you're not gonna do them straight away, you're gonna do next day 5 quotes, the day after another 3 quotes, and then maybe either you spend the whole weekend just trying to catch up, or you have to stay late and do those quotes. So that was oh my God, that's just too much. So, and then you have office staff, obviously ready to help you. So I've come up with my next generation. How can I share this information with my office so they can start preparing a quote? So my next generation, maybe around 2023, 22. So it took me maybe 4 years doing that, and then I realized, okay, we're doing too many quotes. We need to do something about it and speed it up, so then the client doesn't have to wait for for weeks for the quote. Let me know if you're still struggling with that. So then I've come up with the idea is let's say we have basically same book but next generation. So I've just have just my notes. Then I've come up with the idea, okay, so I need to how can I share this information with my office? Then I've come up with this idea is, okay, I can use my notes, and then I can get like a cheap Android tablet or something in the office. So, but under the same account. So then, as you can see, I have like, now I have the date, I have the name, and then I have all the measurements here. So now I know tiles, carpet, trim, silicone tiles, carpet, grind, old skirts, new skirts, remove, reinstall, and see a few photos. That was like, wow, I can do photos. That was good. that was another big step up from the book. So now I can do photos, and I can, if I need to kind of look back to something, I have photos. So that's kind of like, wow, a life hack. I can use just a normal notes in your phone that can directly sync to your office tablet. So then the office can, as soon as you've done a quote, save, that gets sent to the your office, and office can start preparing your quote. So by the time I got back to the office, everything was already in zero, prepared to send. With this life hack with notes, I've managed to get that much quicker to the client, like from weeks to days. It still was like, wasn't good enough, because again, it's not a complete solution, but it's still better than the previous two. let's say it like that, because it's, yeah, but it was good fun, good years, good memories. Problem with this one I found, so I've used it like till 2026, which is like another 4 years of generation of putting this one down. So if you go down, look at this, it's all the quotes, all the dates, all the quotes, all of that. So that's my notepad. Then I found problem with this one is when a client gets back to you with the, I don't know, adjustment, like let's remove a bedroom 1. Let's do this, let's do that. I don't really, I didn't do, because again, it was too busy and all that. So I didn't mention, when I took the measurements on site, I didn't mention what bedroom that is. Is it a kitchen measurements? Is it a bedroom measurements? Is it a hallway measurements? Is this and this and that? So I didn't, in this kind of a type of a quoting tool that I've used, like a note, I didn't put much information in there, because again, I've remembered in my head a lot of it. So then when I send in quote, I already know. But the problem I found, after a couple months, if the client is not getting back to you within like a week, they're getting back to you like within months, you forget about it. You forget what sort of measurements is for which room. Photos, no photos. Before, after jobs. Who did the hole in the wall? Like, if you don't have a photo, that's basically on you. Then it's, because again, you're getting too busy, you have no, like, you can't just like control 100% everything. And that's where the problem started to get, because if you want to increase your quality, then obviously you want to increase your operating system. So then everything's backed up, and then you kind of share that information with the client, and then say, well, here it was the photos before, and now the photos after. There's no hole in the wall. So most likely someone, other trades after us, made that hole in the wall. So you covered, you already saved yourself like $1,000. And then in 2000, and then I started, okay, is there any applications, is there any apps that can actually do the thing that will cover me like everything in terms of flooring? It took me like from 2024, 23 to all the way to 26 to come up with the M2tric app. Really. So going from like from these handwritten quotes going to like something like this. So now we have the M2tric app with all the photos, with all the measurements, with all the preparation. So you're not gonna, so it's like a checklist here. So see, add photo, add removals, add preps, add extras, add photos. So you're never gonna miss anything. And then once you've done all these, you can always go back to your clients, and then see, like now you have all your clients in here. So which is a very, very good and handy. So that's why how we come up with the idea that, okay, now I can write, now I know how to write down the quote. Now I'm able to do the photos. Now I'm able to do the notes. As you can see, there's so you can do the product type, you can do the room areas, you can do the stairs, you can do the photos, you can do notes, and activity and log and history and all that. All your client details, you can call direct, you can email them, you can put in the Google Maps direct one, so you can share this information. So then like I won't be able to do this, but I was always thinking like, okay, how can I evaluate into like a better option? And there wasn't any flooring apps on the market that actually can cover me all my needs. There is few, but they're covering like half of your pain points. Or they too expensive or too complicated, which is again for me like paying like, I don't know, $600 a month for like a super complicated like software program. It's not worth it. I'll just go back to my stage 3 and I can do that for years. But I always wanted to do something better, so then we can cover it, so I can share that information with my office. So here now, the evolution of from here to this, that we can share it with the clients. We can share this information with your installer. So now the biggest thing is that you can send this to your installer, so he can just open up, see the square meters, see what needs to be done, see what areas are we doing, what product type, and he can also like comment, add photos, finish the job. So another pain point that when you're doing like multiple jobs a day or like a week, you don't know which job like finished. But now, as you click like as an installer, so you finish your job, you just go take some photos, click on complete. That rings the bell in the office, and the office knows straight away that this is a finished job. You can invoice it. So this is how we come up with the M2tric app, from like all the way from 2014, 15 to now 10 years, generation of quoting. Again, let me know, like, again, I have plenty of videos how to use it. Give it a go. It's free, no obligation, nothing. Just try to do it yourself. Or in the comments below, let me know at which stage are you now? Are you still in 2015, or you closer to 2020, 24, 25? It was going to be really interesting for me to read your comments about where you are now, because again, it's we in the 21st century. I think this is the winner for now. This is good, but this is the winner. And we're using this now all day, and I can't see myself now going back to these options here. That's the only way, because you have photos before and after. You can share it easily with your office, with your estimator, with your supervisor, with your installer. Like, different world. Like, speed it up. Like, from going from the piece of paper, client waiting for like 2 weeks to get a quote, to get this one now, it's like instant. So a client knows exactly what you've done for the quotes, so he can already see how many square meters, what else needs to be done, what's this prep, that. Just he already knows that what you've quoted, and then obviously, again, this is not an accounting tool. There's no pricing here. You just share the square meters, share the notes, the photos. So you can share it across the many platform, phone devices and all that. I think this is great. That's why we built it. Yeah, it took me 10 years, 11 years to come up with this idea. But anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know which one are you. And yeah, give us a like so then others can see it as well. That's how YouTube works. And if you like the content, I'll be doing something like this more often. Give us a sub. And yeah, I'll see you at the next one. Thank you.